So I've been thinking on the concept of how to hold reality strong throughout 100 years. I've been writing about this as well, um, but I've been trying to break it down towards something that is open towards the thought of eternity rather than just only 100 years. So, I've been trying to connect things to bring them into a bigger view of eternity while we're living our 100 years on life. So, day by day, we progress regardless, our minds and our bodies and our environments, our existence as a whole ages, regardless if it's our 100 years and then we pass and then we're a soul, we still age, our still environment still grows in every single matter, in every single way. Or regardless if we're 1 years old and we're just beginning reality, on Earth at least. And every day we're progressing and aging. So I've been trying to connect on how each moment connects towards eternity, specifically focused on the 100 years on Earth for then the next level of reality. One of the biggest things I've come to notice about sitting in recognizing eternity while in your current moment of life is the concept of respect for life and the respect for the concept of good as well. Because good continues forever, right? Bad has an ending. Regardless of any direction anyone takes it or anyone perceives the word bad, bad genuinely has an ending. But good, the true concept of good, literally lasts forever and it continues and evolves inside of existence. So naturally, good is a foundation that holds for eternity, inside of the human life or any entity's life. So within all things of looking at life on a day-to-day basis, and then within a deeper layer of looking at your soul's life for eternity, good should be connected into every single action, every single thought form, and every single matter of moving forward, because it's the only thing that does move forward in eternity. The question is the consistent placing of yourself inside of good, essentially the consistent placing of your entity inside of all the concepts that truly are good for your entity's eternal life. That first obviously comes through morals and then also naturally comes through action. Are your morals sitting in a view that hold to be good for eternity and for reality? And then after you understand your morals, are the actions you take good as well, in alignment? And then ironically, that's where the concept of respect for life comes in as well. Because if you hold good morals and then you hold good actions, you naturally come to push out or even manifest something that shows respect for what life is. And the deeper layers of this then go into eternity. How does that look like for a 1-year-old child when they hold good morals or good actions for their existence of life in the current moment of 1 years old? And then comparable to how does it look like for a 100-year-old human when they understand morals of 100 years of Earth, and then they have done actions towards those morals inside those 100 years of life. What does it mean for the connection of eternity moving forward? And what does that mean for their connection of respect for life after their 100 years on Earth? What does life mean after then? After they develop a true view on reality and a true view on the 100 years that they had spent on Earth, what does life look like to their clear mind? Honestly, a person could hold a perspective of life is meaningless, even at that age. Even if they are blessed to live 100 years old, if they don't hold, the concepts that are good in morals, and if they'd never held the concepts that are good in action, then their mind might naturally not see an eternal, even if, because regardless, they will live eternal. Their soul will be eternal. But if they don't naturally and truly see a continuation, then they might be blind to the concept of eternity altogether until the next evolution of their soul, you know. But for the ones that truly do sit with recognizing eternity and then also recognizing the concepts of holding good as a foundation for eternity, what the question lies to be is like, what is their view next? And then how is it held true? That's another concept that comes to my mind. But not only held true to how they view true, but true to the truth of existence. How is their concept of sitting in good and their actions in sitting in good and their view and respect of life after their 100 years of life true to the makeup of eternity? On earth, a person can honestly be blind to understanding what is truth. There are so many layers that have been sat here since the beginning of the first humans to ever be on earth, that the view of truth may be blinded naturally, even at birth, to somebody. You know, someone can genuinely be born into an environment where truth literally is blind and gone, completely and totally, where truth doesn't lie in their space in any type of way. But regardless, you know, the creator of all existence sits with every entity. So truth is there regardless of a person's actual situation. And honestly, the more someone sits with these type of concepts of understanding what is good for eternity and then what is good for the respect of life, then truth becomes something that is clear to see through the discernment of how they make out life to be. Inside of understanding this layer of reality, though, with eternity, I truly have come to see the deepest truths come from the creator of all existence, and understanding how the first humans had experienced their connection with the creator of all existence and the truth that the creator of all existence was telling them at the beginning of Earth's reality, where there was no blocks, there were no layers, there were no veils that could confuse anyone at all, but it was pure, and it was pure truth to all existence because it was the beginning of all existence. If one truly decides to sit within recognizing the essence that was the beginning, then they come back to be centered as a human, because that's how we naturally started. We naturally started sitting with the creator of all existence and understanding truth for eternity, not just for our time on earth. So inside that natural state where everything was pure and true, if a human decides to sit in recognizing that more and more, then their actions in real time on earth will become good, pure, and true to the respect of life. It's almost a sense of remembering the beginning and remembering origin to evolve into what is forever. And I say remembering mainly because it's our foundation. If the first humans that ever existed were sitting with the creator of existence so clearly, and they were understanding the pure truths of reality within the connections that they had with the creator of existence, then that's their natural form. And they knew nothing else. They knew nothing else, and they were a part of nothing else because they were at the beginning of existence. So their natural form was to sit with the truth and the goodness of eternity.